Right, welcome back to Five. We're doing this or that. I have no idea what we're doing this or that on.
We're doing this or that on. Loads of questions here that we got on. Look at the designs here done by the Five team. Shout out to the design team.
We're just picking one each.
Yeah, I don't know. You start. You know what? I was actually going to do it on you, but should we both do it?
Oh, okay.
All right, let's go for it. All right, cool. First question. Premier League managers are in a whirlpool. Should count themselves fortunate, actually, to not be getting spat at this stage, says David Moyes. Will David Moyes be getting sacked next? Yes or no?
Who's the longest servers? So it's Klopp with 7.5 years and one title.
Pep.
It's then Pep. Is David Moyes like third or fourth longest serving?
Well, he's been there for a minute now. I think, well, I was going to say...
You say he's been there a long time, but he's not. I think he probably is. I think he's probably... If you was putting money on David Moyes to next go, it's probably pretty safe money, I would think. Who else? Who else is going before him? Klopp's not getting a sack.
No.
It's him. It's David Moyes.
I say no.
Just to be different?
Just to be different.
Okay, well, he's definitely going to be the next one sacked.
Graham Potter getting sacked by Chelsea. Fair or unfair?
Unfair.
Go on.
They give him about £1 billion worth of players, said, sort that. Not sorted it yet? All right, see you later. Like, imagine I give you everything you need to renovate a house and then come back before lunch and ask you why you've not finished it yet.
I think it's fair. Simply because you're in a business, right? You're in a team. You're a coach, Paddock. If the manager doesn't have authority or doesn't have the players on side, what are they going to do? No. It's more simple, right?
You've got to allow players to bed in.
Listen, the players are not buying it. The problem is that job is a step too soon, maybe 2 steps too soon for Potter.
You might have a point on that.
He's dealing with players that have won the Champions League. He's dealing with players that played all around Europe. Players like Aubameyang.
Hang on. Who's top of the league at the moment?
Come on.
Right.
Arsenal.
Right, okay. Yeah. And you wanted Arteta gone, famously,
when?
On the documentary with Amazon.
Oh, but we've all changed, Steve. We've all said something.
So when did you want him gone?
I wanted it a while ago.
Which was?
Last season. The season before last.
Right, okay. So that would have been like his first season.
Ish.
Right.
Second, because he won the FA Cup.
Yeah, but he came 8th in his first season.
But
did he come 8th in his first season?
No, yeah, but he won the FA Cup.
So Graham Potter didn't take over a Chelsea team because everything was all rosy with Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
He took it over and had a bit of work to do. Then he got given...
It weren't that bad, though.
No, it weren't that bad, but didn't they finish 6th?
Yeah, but that's Bowley's fault because Tuchel had the respect of the Chelsea players regardless. Right. They've now brought in a man that the players, unfortunately, see.
And that's why I'm saying it's unfair.
I think that's fair.
But he's the man that's bought all these players. So they've all come to the project he's at the head of.
What, do you reckon Graham Potter's attracted all those players? Enzo.
Whether he's attracted them or not,
yeah, sure, please.
He was the manager that signed those players. So you can't say one way or another for certain, but the fact is that he was the manager when those players were signed. So for me, it's got to be unfair because you got to at least give the guy a pre-season to see what he can mould together with this team. He took over mid-season.
No, I don't agree, Steve. I think it wasn't going to get better. And I think Chelsea are famously known for the players having more power.
Someone needs to fix that then because they've had more managers than not winners.
They've won 2 Champions Leagues in the last 10 years. Do you know what I mean?
But, all right, so you're not literally seeing the parallels between Arsenal here. That if an inexperienced manager that might be taking a job too soon, this is his first job, remember, Arteta.
Go on.
Right? Is that not fair to say? Yeah. Arteta's first job. Was it not a step too far for him to go straight to Arsenal?
No.
You give him... Well, now it wasn't, but you wanted him gone at the start.
Do you know why? Do you know why I say no? Because if you look at the Arsenal team, besides Aubameyang, who he was having problems with...
When Potter was appointed as Chelsea manager, he had infinitely more experience than Arteta had when he took over Arsenal, correct?
Okay, but again, you're still looking at 2 different squads. I'm not just talking about the clubs. I'm talking about... You're saying it's similar because of the situation. I'm saying the squads are different. If you're looking at Arsenal... No, if you're looking at Arsenal, right? If you're looking at Arsenal, the difference is this. You can start from the back. We brought in Ramsdale. Ramsdale, he's just happy to be at Arsenal. from Sheffield United. He's just happy to be there. You're looking at Saliba, young centre-back. He wants to get back into the Premier League. Gabriel, happy to be there. Ben White doesn't even like football. He doesn't even like, I know, but he doesn't even like football. Partey, he's just happy to be there as well.
So what point do you allow this team to bed in?
Well, Chelsea, when did they allow it to bed in anyway?
Right, but that
they sacked Scolari years ago after winning the World Cup. Look at how they got rid of Ancelotti. Right. You know,
was they right?
But
no, clearly not.
Everybody knows. Well, clearly they must be, because they've won X amount. They've won more trophies than both of our clubs in the last 10 years.
They've won less than Ancelotti's won, though.
Yeah, well, that was back then, innit? That was back then.
You're telling me Ancelotti couldn't have done that there?
I think Ancelotti should have never got sacked. He's the great one. But when you're looking at Chelsea as a whole, it's always been their model. Rio thought it was going to be different because they've got a new owner. I said it's not going to be. You said you were interested to see where it goes. And overall, I think Rio owes me an apology. So
I think you'll get your apology when you get his laptop out.
We'll see. Okay, next question. Who's going to take over? It's got to be Nagelsmann, isn't it?
I think there's a complication in Nagelsmann, but one that I don't think is going to be too hard to overcome, which is that apparently he's still under contract with Bayern Munich for like 3 more years, even though they've sacked him. Don't know how that works. Mm-hmm. Something that if they've sacked him, surely they'll be happy for him to go elsewhere. So I imagine that probably get resolved. The Pochettino link's interesting though.
Yeah,
because I don't think there's nothing in it. I think there's definitely something in that. Yeah,
I agree.
So I reckon that's your 1 and 2, Nagelsmann, Pochettino.
So
if the Nagelsmann one, I think it's got to be Nagelsmann.
Same.
However, he's going to need the same level of bedding in because he's ultra systematic. He's going to need exactly the same sort of patience that Potter needed. You know, maybe he's done it at a higher level. Maybe Graham Potter's Premier League proven with a far inferior team should have given him a lot more time to show what he could do. Time will tell.
Questions. Let us know what you think in the comments. After recent results, who do you think will now finish 4th? United, Newcastle, or Spurs?
4th?
Yeah.
Newcastle will finish 4th.
He's finishing 3rd?
United.
You still confident?
Yeah. I'm not supremely confident, not deluded Arsenal fan sort of confident, but I would think United do finish, flip this around, get Casemiro back, go on a bit of a run towards back end of the season, secure that 3rd place. I think it's going to be tight though. And it could go either way. It really could go either way. Spurs and Newcastle got nothing to do there midweek. United have still got Europa League, still got the FA Cup, still a lot of games to play.
In all the comps.
So I think United can do it, but it will be tight.
So you reckon Newcastle get 4th?
Who's going to manage there though?
What do you mean?
Who's going to be managing there?
Newcastle?
No, Spurs.
I think Brendan Rodgers.
No comment.
You don't think so?
No comment.
You reckon Poch goes back? Poch back?
I said Poch back last week.
So you reckon he goes? I don't see it, man. I don't know why you would do that.
Who else is picking up his phone?
I don't know, man. Especially with the relationship he had with Levy last time.
Being realistic, right? Yeah. As a manager, where do you want to be? The Prem.
Yeah.
Right? He had the top job at PSG, didn't cut it. But I mean, he might have a chance with Barcelona because they do it. They do a Chelsea thing.
Yeah.
What? No, don't sit down. Go. What's that?
Yeah, no. Yeah, but he would have to wait like a few more months because they're gonna win the Liga. You know. Do you reckon Xavi gets more time because he's Xavi?
Yes.
You reckon?
Yes.
So then he could be waiting for like another year.
The train's in the station now.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know.
The train's in the station
especially because Tuchel's gone by, and so
because the financial problems that Barcelona are under is going to make it extremely difficult for them to do. Like if they bring Messi back, which I think is their intention, they're going to have to let. I think of course it's. They're going to have to let everybody go. Like anyone that you've heard of needs selling.
Yeah.
Right? So Messi's going to turn up and train and be like, "What the fucking hell is this?" And they'll be like, "We got Messi back." Be like, "We got no players." And be like, "But we got Messi."
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Is he going to do it on his own? Is it?
Okay, cool. If United win the FA Cup, get top 4, as well as winning the League Cup, does that make Ten Hag the best manager since Sir Alex? Yes or no?
Yeah. Comfortably, yeah.
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 It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that I feel like Jose's time was a bit cut short, in my opinion.
No, I feel like the end was needed when it came.
I feel like it was, but I feel like it's because he weren't back the way he should have done. I reckon the board kind of sided with Pogba more. I would have sold Pogba that summer, to be honest with you.
He tried to get rid of Pogba, Shaw and Anthony Martial. Shaw's come into some decent form of late, but I think if you looked at, when was that, 2018? Or 2019, whenever it was. If you look at the time from then to now, he's had a lot of it being poor and a lot of it being good. So would it have been a massive loss? They did want to sign Danny Rose, though, so that wouldn't have been an improvement.
Well, you don't know. And at that point, Danny Rose was pretty impressive.
I think that would have been a mistake in the end. But also, he didn't get back. They signed Delo, Fred, and a backup goalkeeper. Like, none of them were immediate first-choice starters. Now, Fred ended up playing, but, like, the money at the time was Casemiro money.
50 million. No, it was less. 50
but
million.
With inflation, it's Casemiro money.
He said with inflation.
It is. That's the sort of play he was getting at that sort of time. So
that's fair.
You don't get Casemiro quality out of him, and that's the problem. Is United have spent big, but they spent big on players that haven't been good enough, or players that are no longer there. Like, people say United have spent $1 billion. All right, cool. 90 million that was on Pogba, 75 million that was on Lukaku, 56 million that was on Di Maria. None of them play for Manchester United. Harry Maguire was 80 million of it. He don't play for Manchester United, even though he's got nothing to prove. So, you talk about we spent $1 billion. It ain't on a pitch. That money's not there.
Boy.
Jamie Redknapp said Wout Weghorst isn't good enough for United.
Agreed. Next.
Not to start.
Not to start. As a squad player,
I'm happy days with.
I could give him a pass.
Here's the thing, though. If he wasn't there, Martin Martial ain't there neither.
So do you not think... Yeah. But you just play Rashford down the middle, don't it?
Nah, Marcus is a left forward.
I think so as well, but he's not done bad playing as a forward this season.
Yeah, but then
do you see what I mean?
Who's going to be linking up and creating on the left-hand side?
Well, I think you've got more options there. You've got Garnacho.
If you had Garnacho, you haven't got Garnacho at the minute because he's injured for a foul that wasn't punished, by the way.
But, I think you got Sancho.
He's doing fuck all at the moment.
I think he's doing better than Anthony. You heard what I said on Viber 5.
Neither of them are doing anything. It's two ball men arguing over a comb.
Well, boy,
Neither of them are doing enough.
But I don't understand, like, I think Pellistri should be starting, or at least given more time, shall I say.
He's getting the time. He's not necessarily, Rashford on the left yet, though.
He's not, but you've got options on the left, is what I'm saying.
All right. Weghorst is an option down the middle. It's not necessarily a good option.
Are you currently missing more, Casemiro or Eriksen?
Casemiro.
Okay.
Just look at the amount of goals we've conceded.
Which is fair enough. Liverpool have now joined the race for Napoli defender Kim Min-jae alongside Man United. United struggling defensively. Where do you reckon he signs? Man United or Liverpool?
He'd be the third wheel in a two-man defence. He's probably of a similar sort of level as Martinez and Varane. And he would come in probably looking for parity in terms of wages. And ultimately, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to have three players of that ilk for two positions, because then you're covered for injuries, you're covered for suspensions, and the drop-off when that happens isn't too crazy. But you kind of want to know who your first and second centre-half is. Yeah. And I think that adds a little bit of confusion where you don't want it. You maybe want to go with an older head. That's maybe like last couple of years of being really effective. Can't think of anyone at the top of my head. Maybe like a Thiago Silva. If you brought Thiago Silva as your third centre-half, he's happy. Everyone else is happy. You're going to play in the cups a little bit. He's like, yeah, sound. And then no one's really mad. The drop-off isn't severe. You get his experience around the training ground. But when you've got three lads in their 20s all thinking that they're probably the number one centre-half in their head, all three of them, there's a problem there, isn't there? Because every week someone's going to be knocking on the gaffer's door like, what's going on here? Why am I not playing?
Yeah.
And you sign three for injury and suspension cover, and no one gets injured or suspended. Guaranteed.
I blame all of this on selling Ronaldo. Should have just kept him. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching this week's episode of This or That. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And go check out Howson, all the stuff he does on his channel. I'm there sometimes as well, just watching. See you soon. Peace.